Our top story now, 40 Indian journalists, 3 major opposition figures, 1 constitutional authority and 2 serving ministers in the Modi government, current and former heads and officials of security organizations, as well as scores of business persons have been named in a leaked database of telephone numbers that may have been hacked into using an Israeli spyware technology Pegasus. 7 journalists from the list of 40 journalists submitted their data for digital forensics, and a security lab has found evidence that their phones were compromised. It's not possible to know conclusively whether phones were infected with Pegasus without analysis of devices by forensic experts. So not everybody in the list may have been hacked. Now, Amnesty Security Lab found traces of the spyware on the mobile phones of the 7 journalists who agreed to have their phones examined. So that's the big news we are tracking. The government, however, will not back down from putting up a strong defense in the Pegasus spyware scandal, sources have told NDTV. The centre has stuck to its earlier position that no unauthorized interception took place. Sources in the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, METI, told NDTV the news article proves nothing. In fact, previous attempts to link Pegasus with the government have failed, is what the official response has been from the ministry. Well, here's what M.K. Venu of The Wire told NDTV.
See, Vishnu, there are 2 buckets of cases here. One is from the database accessed by Forbidden Stories from the company, which the company has not denied, right? The company has said, has merely said that these numbers are correct, but the company's only part that they are trying to deny that the purpose of this could be something else. Now they are still vague about it. They have not stated the purpose. So the fact that these names and numbers across different countries, including India, that is not in dispute. Now, within those numbers, now these are numbers which you could say describe as well collected for targeting.
Right.
Now within those numbers, about 60 phones were examined by the Amnesty's technical lab with the help of other technical experts which Forbidden Stories has put together, and as well as in partnership with the Citizens Lab, which is a Toronto-based university which has done a lot of work on this. So of those 60, it's also, Vishnu, not everybody, people are scared. People are not willing to give their phones for actual testing, right? Of those 60, I think roughly 35 to 37 have been found to have been infected with Pegasus.
All right. So that's an important detail.
Well, let's go across to NDTV's Arvind for more details. And Arvind, so give us this first tranche that has appeared, this first reports that have appeared, talk about the 40 journalists, 7 of whom actually submitted their phones for checking. And it also includes a host of names in this, and we're expecting more reports in the days to come.
Yeah, Gargi, Forbidden Stories, a French-based investigative news agency. They access this particular data first, and based on which an international collaboration of Journalists Association, they are making stories. There are series of stories that are expected to come in the coming days. But the first part of the story that was released, that was made public yesterday by several media organizations, including Washington Post in India, The Wire, it shows that at least in India, almost 40 Indian journalists were under the surveillance using this Pegasus spyware. So if you could see the entire data that has been put out by various organizations, it shows that almost 180 journalists across the globe, across the world, were under surveillance. If you could take the 180, of this 180, at least 40 are in India alone. So several senior journalists were under surveillance using the spyware, Pegasus spyware. This is not the first time Pegasus is coming into the news. Even in May 2019, Pegasus, there were reports that WhatsApp themselves made it public that their platform were hacked by Pegasus spyware, and then they had sued Pegasus, the NSO group, which came up with this Pegasus spyware in US court also. And even in India, CERT, they have alerted the CERT about this particular vulnerability. But they also said that by May 2019, they found this particular vulnerability and they have closed it. But what is interesting now is that at that time we thought that only hardly 100 people were snooped through spyware software. But now the numbers, what we are hearing is that it's a massive number. Only the first part of the series has come yesterday, and what we are being told is that today and tomorrow and the day next, the other names in that particular list will come. What we are also hearing is that almost 40 journalists were part of the list, but apart from 40 journalists, what we are also hearing is that at least 2 ministers, current ministers in the Narendra Modi government, were also snooped under using this particular spyware, and also a constitutional authority name is also figuring in that list. So we have to wait for their names to be made public, which we are expecting today or in the coming days. Coming to the political side, what we are being told is that the government has issued a statement saying that there has been no unauthorized interception whatsoever in this country, and then they have completely distanced themselves from Israeli software. And this is not the first time the government is distancing itself. Even earlier also the government has said that there has been no association with Israeli spyware. But what is very intriguing is that even though the first time when the Pegasus came into news in May 2019, it's been over 2 years. For last 2 years, the government has not ordered an inquiry into if there has been no association with government, with Israeli spyware company, then who ordered this particular snooping? Because the traces are very clear. WhatsApp themselves have admitted that there have been Indian phones also that were snooped. So WhatsApp being a big social media platform, they themselves have accepted it. Now several stories are also coming into focus. But for last 2 years, there has been no inquiry into this particular incident, and that's what the opposition parties want to raise it both inside and outside the parliament.
Right, and we do know that this Israeli outfit only deals with governments. It only deals with official bodies, governments to provide them this software, this hacking software.
Yeah, Gargi, interestingly, right after this particular story from Forbidden Stories to Washington Post to Wire, the NSO Group, which is the company of this particular Pegasus spyware, they had put out a statement yesterday. In the statement, 3 points they are making it very clear. One, they are again re-emphasizing, saying that our software is only given to vetted governments and their law enforcement agencies. So they have made it very clear that we deal with only government agencies. That is their first point. The second point, what they are saying is that the entire data that is being reported now is saying that has not been taken out from their servers. They're saying that our servers, we don't even collect such data in our servers because we don't do it. We just give the software spyware to the government law enforcement agencies, and the government law enforcement agencies use the spyware, and we don't have a collective database for any of the data. That's what their second claim is. Third claim is saying that this particular data is being interpreted, wrongly interpreted, etc. But that particular point is very important. That we are re-emphasizing that we give our softwares only to government law enforcement agencies. So that's very clear that they are not giving to anyone outside the government law enforcement agency. So that's something the government has to explain, whether they had or they have an association with this Israeli company.
Right, and Arvind, this list of numbers, and we're still waiting to find out, which ministers, which opposition leaders, and also the constitutional personality whose whose number has featured here. But it's not necessary that all of them have been hacked. Just explain that to us, because there's this list of numbers, right?
Yeah, so for now we have got 40 numbers of the journalists. So of these 40 numbers, almost seven phones were actually sent for examination, for forensic examination, to see whether their phones were hacked and to see whether there were any traces of any kind of attempt into hacking the phone. So because once this particular Forbidden Stories, they access the database, they access the numbers in the database from the servers according to them, then it was given to various media organizations, and those media organizations, they reached out to those specific numbers and they wanted to confirm it. So in that particular process, they collected some 7 phones, including all these prominent journalists. Of this, out of 40, they collected 7 phones, and all those 7 phones clearly showed that there were traces of this particular spyware, this Pegasus spyware in their phones. So that's something. One thing is clear, that there was an attempt or there was a traces of this particular spyware. But unless or until the entire data comes out, even this organization are not clear whether what kind of data was actually hacked or how the entire snooping took place. Because traces of Pegasus spyware is found in all the 7 phones that were sent for examination. This is what even WhatsApp, they had also said that. Though WhatsApp said that they found this particular vulnerability, that through Pegasus, because WhatsApp to WhatsApp is an end-to-end conversation, end-to-end encrypted conversation. So no one can snoop into WhatsApp conversation. But when a Pegasus spyware comes into your mobile, so the mobile can be remotely accessed by any particular person who is from where this particular spyware has been sent. So WhatsApp themselves said that from May to September, because they moved code only in September, for those 5 to 6 months, even they were clueless where is the origin. Even at the end of filing a case in US court also, even that they said that even they don't have the origin who used this particular software, but they came to a conclusion Pegasus software spyware has been used. So that's something even today it's clear, unless until NSO gives a clear data, or the government which is associated with NSO gives a clear information, it still seems to be murky.